Last month, I stood up in front of us all and said that I would be stepping back from the GDG a little bit, but you would still see me around at events, and I wasn't lying. Here I am giving a lightning talk on how to get involved with the GDG. At the GDG, we get a lot of people offering to help out, but turning that enthusiasm into actual help has been difficult. As organisers, we wanted to come up with a more formal path for people to follow to help out with the GDG and lay it out clearly for everybody so everyone understands it. And basically, the idea is that we start off doing what everybody here is doing tonight, which is participating in the community. Then people move up to starting to help out with the GDG and assist us do things as volunteers. And finally, people who have a sustained record of contributing through to the GDG as a volunteer will be invited up to become one of the organisers. Everybody here tonight, you folks sitting out there in the audience, is doing this one, participating in the community. And you get some great stuff for that. We have pizzas and presentations and networking and hack nights in our Slack channel and swag. But there are also some responsibilities that everybody participating in our community has. And you've all ticked off the very first one off the list, which is a good job, which is to turn up to events. And in particular, we're getting very long wait lists with a lot of people that would like to attend our events. So if you aren't able to make it one night, please update your RSVP to no on meetup.com so that somebody who's on the wait list can come through. The other important responsibility that we all have is to be good community members, to give back and to contribute and make this a better community for everybody. It's also quite important that everyone follows our code of conduct, which is basically be good to each other, be welcoming. We really want to create a community with the GDG where everybody feels comfortable and happy to be here and welcome to be here, and the responsibility for building that lies with everybody. The next step up from being a community member is to volunteer with the GDG. And you get some great perks. And I think the most important one is number one up the top of the list, which is the great warm, happy glow of having given back to your community. You also get to help shape the GDG. So if you want to see something happen at the GDG, or you want us to have talks about specific topics, then volunteering is your opportunity to contribute and make sure that that actually happens. It's also a great opportunity for learning and networking. You get to meet a lot of great people volunteering. And it also leads to recognition in your university, your workplace, or in the jobs market. Lastly, as I said, volunteering is the path to step up to the organiser status. So people that continue to volunteer and continue to contribute will become organisers. There are a few responsibilities though. And I think the most important one, and this is like the main message of my presentation tonight, it is be in the GDG Volunteers Slack channel. It is the primary way that we communicate with our volunteers and we help to organise and run the GDG. So if you would like to help out or you have some ideas for things that the GDG could be doing and you want to contribute, join the channel and talk to us in there. The other important thing is to follow your passions. The GDG, we don't have some sort of amazing grand plan or vision for the future, although maybe I shouldn't tell you all that. Really, it's a bunch of people that are excited by the technology and excited by the community, doing what they want to see and making it happen in the community. So if there's something that you'd like to see occur, something that you're passionate about, being a volunteer is your opportunity. If you're excited about something, as organisers, we'll help out and support you and make that happen. But it is very important that if you do say you're going to do something, you follow through with that, because the GDG will put resources and people behind you to help make sure that it happens. We invite volunteers that have a sustained record of contributing to become GDG organisers. And I said as a volunteer, you get that happy, warm glow of knowing that you're contributing to your community. Well, the main perk of being an organiser is you get that times 10. And I think if you look around at the great people that we have organising the GDG and help running it, the main reason that they're all there is because we're all very passionate about the community and bringing people together and helping to run events. You also do get some level of official recognition from Google. There are various mailing lists that we've been added to, a global Organisers Slack channel that we're part of, and NDAs to sign and all these kind of things. Yay, NDAs. Now, I also think it's very important to just publicly mention and let everybody know that Google does actually occasionally give us stuff as GDG organisers. In particular, in the past, Google has provided a limited number of discounted I/O tickets. However, if you're sitting there in the audience thinking, yeah, that sounds amazing, I'm going to get myself some cheap tickets, then I urge you to have a look at the responsibilities. Firstly, being a GDG organiser is a huge amount of work. We're all very passionate about building the community, and the work of running and organising the GDG is pretty much going on every day of the year. There's a large amount of effort that goes into putting this on. The other very important responsibility is we all need to be present in the private GDG Organisers Slack channel. It's the primary way that the GDG is organised and run. And again, on any given day of the week, if you hop in there, we'll be talking and discussing and planning what to do with the GDG and organising future events. And lastly, you know all those great things I mentioned about the GDG, like all the presentations and pizzas and everything? Actually, as an organiser, you don't get to enjoy any of the good stuff, really. I've been busy helping to run the GDG for quite a while now, and I think in the past year or two, there hasn't been one presentation that I've been able to sit and enjoy properly because I've been busy running around behind the scenes, making sure everything's happening. The swag is all for you folks in the audience, and there's even been some nights where the organisers don't get to eat. So if you see the organisers diving in there and running off with a pizza, that's probably why. Now, Mike mentioned earlier the creation of our first Flutter subgroup. You're all aware that the GDG is continuing to grow, and we're thinking in 2019 that subgroups are going to be a way for the GDG to expand and for people to pursue their own interests and passions, such as Firebase or assistance from within the GDG. So if you have a particular technology that you're really passionate about, and you think that maybe organising a subgroup sounds like a great thing, here's the process to follow. The first step is just to organise a study group at the Hack Night. And this is the way that you start to gather people around you and build a community of people that are really interested in the same thing that you are. A study group is a very informal thing. You just basically put up your hand and say, yeah, I'm really interested in Assistant, for example. Who wants to come and chat about Assistant at the Hack Night? And you can show each other things that you've been working on and start to gather the people that are really passionate about that thing together. Once you've gathered a group of people that are passionate and they're turning up Hack Night after Hack Night just to talk about this stuff, the next step is to start running and putting on special events. And last year, the Flutter study group put on a series of study jams, and they ran some meetup sessions where they were rewatching YouTube videos or doing live viewings of various keynotes that Google put on. And then the final step, once you have gathered that key community of people that are passionate about the same thing you are, and you've run a number of smaller events, is to step up to creating a complete subgroup with a normal regular monthly meetup that occurs. And that's the stage we're starting to get to with Flutter. So if all this sounds like a lot of work for very little reward, you may be wondering why get involved. Well, firstly, you are right, it is a lot of work. And the rewards are very ephemeral things like the joy of helping the community. However, GDG is not just about people sitting here in the audience passively listening to presentations. Instead, we are a community, and everybody here inside this room is already involved in that. But the GDG community only works when people contribute back, and the community is only as good as we all make it. GDG is what we all build together. So if you would like to help out, please come and have a chat to me after this presentation or join us in the GDG Volunteers Slack channel. Thank you.